Hey guys, welcome back. We're just going to jump right in and start drawing because this one took me a while. This book journal entry is for the Shadow and Bone Trilogy. I fell head over heels for this series before I even opened the book. Just look at that cover. So I'm going to read you guys the summary from Goodreads because for some reason it was hard for me to find the words to describe this book. Okay, here we go. Surrounded by enemies, the once great nation of Ravka has been torn in two by the Shadowfold, a swath of near impenetrable darkness crawling with monsters who feast on human flesh. Right? Now, its fate may rest on the shoulders of one lonely refugee. Alina Starkov has never been good at anything, but when her regiment is attacked on the fold and her best friend is brutally injured, Alina reveals a dormant power that saves his life. A power that could be the key to setting her war-ravaged country free. Wrenched from everything she knows, Alina is whisked away to the royal court to be trained as a member of the Grisha, the magical elite led by the mysterious Darkling. Yet nothing in this lavish world is what it seems. With darkness looming and an entire kingdom depending on her untamed power, Alina will have to confront the secrets of the Grisha and the secrets of her heart. Oh, so good, right? Doesn't it just make you want to read it? The Darkling, love to hate him, hate to love him. I was so entranced in this entire Grishaverse that I completely understand why Netflix snatched this world up, and I cannot wait to see what they do with it. Okay, so back to the journal. I am drawing a stag, a sea serpent, and a firebird. In the series, Alina has to locate all of these animals and use them as amplifiers to help harness and strengthen her power. So, like I always do, I took to Pinterest and the book covers to take inspiration for my spread. I kind of went in this not really knowing beyond the initial sketch how I wanted to fill in each animal. I'm going to outline the entire page with the same outline that is on each page in the copy of the book that I have. Once I finished outlining the animals, I pretty much just sat there and was like, okay, now what? I knew I didn't want color. I knew I wanted black and white, so I started to kind of just shade everything. I'm not very good at shading, and I totally messed up as soon as I started, but I think I kind of got the hang of it as I went on until my pen decided to just spit on my page. Like, seriously, I was so annoyed that I changed pens and moved to a different spot. So the serpent was tricky for me. I initially wanted it to be solid black with some white pattern in that I was going to use my gel pen for, but as I was shading the stag and the firebird, I thought it would be too stark of a contrast, so I decided to go with like a fish scale pattern, and I love the way it turned out. But man, my hand was cramping after this. There's like 1,000 tiny scales on that thing. I sped this up to 4,000 times the normal speed, and in real time, it still took me over like 30 minutes just to do the scales. But it was totally worth it. I love how it looks. On the cover of the book, the serpent doesn't have any kind of like tail extension or anything, but I thought it was kind of missing something, so I just drew like a little fin looking thing. This is me trying to figure out what to do about that pen splotch. In the end, I just shaded up a little farther and you can hardly see it. I tried to copy the same font as the books, and I think I did okay, but it still seems like there's something missing. I thought about adding a gold shadow and maybe adding some gold touches to the entire spread, but I didn't want to mess up what I'd already done, so I just left it. I may go back and add some gold. If I do, I'll show it in my March reading wrap-up next week. And yes, it does drive me crazy that for some reason the A and the D don't line up right, but I will get over it. I printed the book covers on sticker paper and stuck them on the other side to kind of even out the page. I also added the ratings under each book. I gave Shadow and Bone 4 stars, Siege and Storm also 4 stars, and Ruin and Rising 5 stars. Ruin and Rising was so good. So good. I am so happy with how this turned out. I'm actually kind of proud of myself. It was pretty ambitious of a drawing for me personally, and I love the way that it turned out. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading journal spread. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already. See you guys in my next one. Bye!